You are now listening to the Pelicans post-game report. Flash report.
Yo, what up with y'all? We back at it again to spit some bars on Pelicans basketball. Shout out to PPR, Big Q and DC. I am Lexa Drew, a contributor and new addition to the PPR podcast team. Kudos to all the listeners. Truly do appreciate you all tuning in. The Pelicans are currently 4-2 and are holding at the 4th seed in the West. Now, if you haven't watched the games, most would think, the Pels are doing great. Got a winning record, a top 4 seed. Most teams would love to trade places. But if you have been watching the games, you would know that the Pels are in a good place for the moment. But if things are not addressed quick, fast, and in a hurry, it could turn bad fast. Which brings me to my topic. How bad do the Pels want to win? I'm not just talking about winning games, but what does it take to win those games? What does it take to win at a high level when you start playing the better teams in the league? How bad do the Pels want to outplay, out-hustle, out-rebound? Let me say that one again. Out-rebound. Out-defend the opponent team. There are issues with the team as a whole that has to be addressed. Not addressing these issues may work on teams like the Detroit Pistons. And if, that's cool. That's great. But the thing is, what type of team are we trying to be? Are the Pels trying to be an elite team? Are they trying to be a mid-level team? I don't think they're trying to be a lower tier team, but at some point in time, I'd like to think that the Pels are trying to trend upwards to win at a high level, to win, to be up there with the elite teams, especially when you're talking about being a top 4 seed. Not addressing these issues against teams like, say, the Warriors and the Denver Nuggets, that ain't happening. They're going to exploit that stuff. They're going to exploit it. Let's break it down. It's been a problem, but it's going to become more of a problem if we don't get this stuff, if we don't get this together. The energy has not been there during the start of the game, and it's definitely been atrocious at the start of the third quarters. Look, I don't know what's going on during warm-ups, I don't know what type of music the guys are listening to, but whatever it is, I don't think it's working. I think something needs to change, because when the game starts, when it's jump ball, it's like, where's the energy? Are you guys ready to play? Did you not eat the right thing? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the answer is. But that's got to change. These slow starts are going to hurt us down the stretch. We can't have starts like this every single game. And then, not to mention the start of the second half. Now, I will say the game against OKC, the start of the third quarter, team came out great. Energy was great. Ball movement was great. Just everybody being involved. It was beautiful basketball. But that was like a one-hit wonder. You need more hits like that. We gotta have more hits. Just doing it one time is not going to do it, especially when you have umpteen more games. The team has struggled to put a whole game together where all 4 quarters are consistent. Which brings me to the team being more disciplined. Man, the Hawks were just having surgery on the Pelicans defense in that second half. It didn't seem like there was much communication on that end of the floor. The timing of the hedge and hold was off, which caused a lot of alley-oops, easy layups, and dunks. And I think it's safe to say that the Pels struggle with shifty guards or stellar backcourts, even with such a prolific defender in Herb Jones. Look, I get it. Herb Jones is all defensive team. He first, second, I prefer first. But look, he can't do it all on his own. This is a team effort. And obviously, we got to look to the head of the team. That's the star on the team. That is the best players on the team. It starts with them. Zion has to do more. Yes, he does. He has to do more. He's been consistent in giving what he's been giving, but now it's going to have to be more. And now that there's uncertainty with CJ McCollum, there's more added to him. B.I. has to do more. I know he just got back. Obviously, you got to get acclimated back in the game, but who's trying to wait? And I do want to add on my comment on guarding shifty guards. This is where we miss Jose Alvarado and his stellar defense. It's truly missed right now. But until he gets back, collectively, the team has to get more disciplined in having active hands and moving your feet, making simple passes, making the easy play, crashing the boards, and boxing out. Just polishing up on basic fundamentals. Look, I understand boxing out is like a 90s thing, or it's an old school, whatever. But look, fundamentals still work. Man, look, this team is having huge rebounding woes. Everybody needs to box out. Everybody needs to crash the boards. Everybody needs to try and get those rebounds instead of leaking out during transition. You can't do anything in transition without the basketball. You can't do anything. Everybody needs to hit those boards. What good is it to push pace if you don't have control of the possession? I always say rebounds are possessions. Possessions lead to opportunities. And I always say that rebounds and turnovers go hand in hand, because turnovers, when you condense down on your turnovers, that means you improve on your possessions, which improve your opportunities. The same thing is rebounds. It's the same exact thing. They both affect possessions, and they both affect your ability to have the opportunity to put that ball in the hole. So yes, it is a huge problem. And I will say this, in all these games that the Pels have played, the rebounds are killing us. But it goes to show that there's a direct connection to the effort and the energy being put on the floor, whoever is on that floor. The effort has to improve. The energy has to improve. The effort that you put out on the floor contributes to wins. You know, I've seen teams that don't have a whole lot of talent, but the fact that they play with a lot of fire, they play hungry, they play with a lot of effort. Those are things that will help you at least trend in the right direction as far as truly winning. Henceforth, that's why, we're talking about how bad do the Pels want to win. Because it's not just winning the game. It's winning the rebound. Winning in the defensive stops. Winning in just the turnover battle. Winning at the charity stripe. We have to win in those small details. Okay? Those small details within the game, Pels got to win those. There's still time to step it up, but it's good to be aware of things that are plaguing this team. And we got a tough stretch coming up. But that's all I got for y'all. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Put down in the comments on what you think the Pels need to improve upon for these upcoming games. Again, kudos to those who have tuned in. I am Lexi Drew, and I'm out, y'all.
Subscribe now and stay up to date for all things New Orleans Pelicans.